There is a good chance you are hurting your cat right now, and you do not even know it. You love them. That part is obvious, but some of the things you do every single day, things that feel completely normal and even loving, are quietly chipping away at your cat's trust and physical health in ways that are almost impossible to notice until the damage has already been done. Most cat owners go their whole lives without ever connecting the dots. So let's start with the one that hits hardest: yelling at your cat when they do something wrong. You know the scenario. Your cat swipes something off the shelf, shreds the corner of the couch, or knocks over a full glass of water. Your frustration boils over and you raise your voice. It feels like a reasonable response. It feels like you are correcting them. But your cat's brain does not work the way yours does, and what you think is a lesson is actually something far more damaging. Cats do not connect your anger to the specific thing they just did. What they connect it to is you. A study published in the journal Animal Cognition in 2021 found that cats who were regularly exposed to raised voices and sudden negative reactions from their owners began showing long-term signs of stress and avoidance behavior. You are not teaching them cause and effect. You are teaching them that you are unpredictable, and unpredictable means dangerous. After enough of these moments, your cat starts hiding more, grooming until patches of fur thin out, or flinching every time you get close. Most owners look at this and think their cat is just moody or antisocial. They never realize they created it. And this matters even more when you consider the environment they live in, which we will come back to later, because the two problems feed each other in a way most people never see. Picking them up without warning. Think about how many times a day you do this. Your cat is sitting there looking soft and calm, and you walk over, scoop them up, and pull them into your chest. It feels like affection. To your cat, it can feel like something completely different. The single thing cats value above almost everything else is control over their own body and their own space. When you pick them up without any warning, you take that away instantly. In the wild, a cat's paws leaving the ground means one thing: a predator has them. Their nervous system does not know you are just feeling cuddly. A study in the Journal of Veterinary Behavior found that cats who were frequently picked up by their owners had noticeably higher levels of cortisol, the stress hormone, compared to cats whose owners let them decide when contact happened. Some cats go completely limp and tolerate it without a single scratch, so owners assume everything is fine. But tolerating something and actually being okay with it are two completely different things. The better approach is simple. Sit down somewhere comfortable, make yourself available, and wait. When a cat walks over and chooses to be near you, that connection is far more real than anything you could force, and you will feel the difference almost immediately. Where you are putting the litter box. Have you ever dealt with a cat that refuses to use their box even though you clean it, use decent litter, and do everything the bag recommends? The problem might have nothing to do with the box itself. When a cat uses the litter box, they are in one of the most exposed and vulnerable positions they will ever be in. They cannot bolt quickly. They cannot defend themselves. Every instinct they have is firing off at once. So when you place that box behind a door that swings shut, next to a machine that roars to life without warning, or in a tight corner with only one way out, you are putting them in a situation their instincts simply cannot accept. A study from the Journal of Feline Medicine and Surgery identified litter box placement as one of the top 3 causes of elimination problems in cats. Cats given access to boxes in quieter spots with more than one exit direction showed significantly less stress-related behavior. When a cat starts avoiding the box, most owners get frustrated and assume it is behavioral. But the cat was not being difficult. The cat was scared. Give them a calmer, more open spot with easy exit options, and many of these problems resolve faster than you would expect. Feeding them only dry food. This one is easy to overlook because dry food is convenient, it is affordable, and nothing about it looks alarming. But there is something critical most owners do not know about their cat's biology. Cats are descended from desert animals who got almost all of their water intake from the prey they hunted. They are not biologically set up to drink enough water on their own to compensate for a dry diet. Dry kibble has moisture content of around 10%. So a cat eating only dry food every day is living with a low level of chronic dehydration that never fully resolves. Over months and years, this puts serious strain on the kidneys and urinary tract. A study in the Journal of Feline Medicine and Surgery found that cats on exclusively dry diets had significantly more concentrated urine and lower total water intake, both of which directly raise the risk of kidney disease and urinary crystals, two of the most common and most preventable health problems vets see in cats. The cruelest part is that by the time symptoms show up, the damage has usually been accumulating for years. Your cat will not tell you something is wrong. They will just slowly get worse. Adding wet food even once a day makes a real difference. If you want a trusted option, Royal Canin sets the standard for quality and formulation. If budget is a concern, Nulo is a solid choice that delivers real moisture and clean ingredients without the high price. Cats were built for food with water in it. Giving them that is one of the simplest things you can do to protect their long-term health. Using your hands as toys. Be honest about this one. Have you ever wiggled your fingers in front of your cat's face or let them wrestle with your wrist because watching them go wild was funny? It seems harmless. They seem to love it. But what you are actually doing is training them to treat human skin as prey. A study in the Journal of Veterinary Behavior found that cats who were regularly played with using hands during kittenhood were significantly more likely to develop biting and scratching behaviors toward people that continued into adulthood. And once that wiring is in place, it is genuinely hard to undo. What usually happens next is the biting gets worse. The owner pulls back, playtime stops because nobody wants to get scratched, and now the cat has learned two things at once. Your hands are prey and the game is no longer available. That combination builds frustration, stored up energy, and more unpredictable behavior. The fix takes almost no effort. A feather wand, a toy on a string, anything that keeps your skin out of the equation. It gives them the full hunting experience they are wired to crave without ever blurring the line between toy and owner. You end up with a calmer cat and hands that are not covered in scratches. Leaving them alone in silence with nothing to do. You keep your home clean and quiet. No mess, no clutter, nothing out of place. It sounds like a good environment. For a cat, it can feel completely empty. Cats are wired for movement, sound, height, things to watch and stalk and investigate. In the wild, their world changes constantly. When you take all of that away and replace it with four walls and silence, their brain has no outlet. A bored cat is not a relaxed cat. A study from applied animal behavior science found that cats in low enrichment environments showed noticeably higher rates of anxiety, overgrooming, aggression, and withdrawal. These are the exact behaviors owners most often chalk up to personality. She is just moody. He likes to be left alone. But the cat is not choosing this. The cat has nothing else available. And this connects back to everything mentioned earlier in this video. When you yell at a cat for acting out and then return them to an environment that offers nothing, you are running a cycle that keeps repeating. The stress produces the behavior, and the response to that behavior adds more stress. The environment is not a separate issue. It is often the root of the whole thing. The good news is this is one of the easiest areas to improve. A shelf near a window, a puzzle feeder, a paper bag left on the floor, rotating toys so something always feels new, bird sounds playing when you leave the house. You do not need to overhaul your entire home. You just need to make their world feel like there is something worth being awake for.